Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing, Rebel?
Who's on a picture? Who? That's me.
It's you.
Hello.
What do you want?
I want shelves from basically floor to ceiling. I want a big shelf on the bottom, and then I just want an area where I can hang up all my cast iron pots so they're not laying all over the counter all the time. Oh, I can't buy anything else to put on my new shelves. No, I just need room for all the stuff that I have. So shelves will be great.
Which means I need to get busy.
Right.
This is some of the blue pine bought summer before last. Grace and I drug it in a couple months ago, set it up with a fan in front to dry it out. This project's been a long time coming. It'll be fun. A little concerned though, she kind of wants this one to be pretty. I only have a mild idea what that might mean. Yep.
Ooh, look at this big.
Ooh, that's a good tater.
Yeah, that's big.
How many are you getting? How many is that?
4.
4?
4 because Grace said.
Okay. There's few things I like more than just piddling around in my shop on stuff like this. Be nice to be able to do it once in a while without getting interrupted. That tends to happen. But I'm used to it. This lumber here came from a local fella. It all stacked up real nice undercover, air dried a few years. He mostly wanted his space back, and well, I was real happy with the deal. Old Bob, he's a retired millwright. Went back to his family farm, so to speak, up in the woods. Bought his little wood miser. Started cutting trees down and sawing them up into boards, and we got to be pretty good friends just on account of the experience I had in our own mill. I was a sawyer. Man, he can cut a flat board. Cleans up real nice in the planer. I reckon you'll meet Bob in a future video or two. He's quite a guy.
We brought home some chickens from the feed store, some chicks. So we gotta go get the brooder and the heater and a feeder. We did remember to buy a chick feed and the water.
So tell everybody how prepared you are for having chicks right now.
Well, I have everything I need. I'm pretty prepared.
Somewhere in there. I need more junk.
Right.
Right about here, I should mention that Grace hates mice.
Can mice get in this thing?
Inside it, no.
Are
Lid's on,
you
right?
sure about that? Yeah, the lid's on. I'm scared.
I know it matches too much.
Tell him it's not a treat.
It's not a treat. Chicks are friends, not food. Careful. Be careful. You see?
This could be a horror flick.
Yeah.
Shavings from the boards that Jess is making shelves from for my kitchen.
Blue pine.
Is it
Do you
pine
feel-
shavings that you're not supposed to have in?
No, cedar.
Oh, you're not supposed to have cedar shavings, but you do want pine shavings, yeah. I can never remember which one's which. I always put a board in there to put the water on. So, because in the shavings, the water will just tip and then it'll run all over the place, so. I love this heater. I like it way better than heat lamps. Heat lamps always scare me and are a fire hazard. And the chicks seem to like this better anyway. They can go into there when they're cold and come out when they want to eat and drink, and it simulates a mommy hen, so it's dark and warm under there. So, and then it gets dark at night too. There's not a light on all night, so their bodies are regulated to the daylight and the nighttime, and it seems to work pretty good.
And you've never lost any.
Don't say that. We haven't ever lost a chick, but we'll see.
Doesn't get any better than that.
That works.
They're gonna keep Pilot away from him?
No, probably not, but he's not going to be in here unsupervised.
Oh, really?
Right?
Uh-huh. No. What you doing, honey?
They're mean to each other.
They're mean to each other.
I forget how cute they are. We haven't had baby chicks in a while.
What are we doing?
Could you go start a fire in the shop for the babies? Well, it's gonna get really cold tonight. It'll take the chill off, even though they have their heater.
So I'm done.
You're
I
done
don't
in the
need to be
shop?
in the shop anymore. And
You
you
can
want me to
start
build a
with
fire
Yeah.
for your 6 baby chicks. In case you haven't figured it out yet, this is Pilot. And he tends to get into things. And so you can probably imagine our concern for those baby chicks behind that flimsy netting with him sitting there staring at him all the time.
Where'd you get the shovel?
For him. I don't know where he
I was
got
actually
it.
talking to you.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Just some of the cleanup from Oz Quiz.
I scrubbed it off before.
You scrubbed it?
Yeah, I scrubbed it with a brush.
Oh, lovely.
What?
Your kitchen brush?
My kitchen brush.
Your vegetable brush.
My vegetable brush.
Yeah, that's Pilot. Don't get too grumpy with him though. He's pretty well ruled by that nose of his. He's almost a year old now, and nothing on this place goes unsniffed. Keeps us entertained, I reckon. The other dog is named Stig. He's old and mostly just sits there on his bed by the fire. He can't be bothered with all Pilot shenanigans. You can see here, Pilot managed to get his head stuck in a dog food bag. Again. The last time he did this, I thought it was pretty funny, so I let him thrash around a bit, trying to figure a way out of it. He never did. His wrestling with that dog food bag sure left me with a big mess to clean up, though. You can begin to imagine that there's always something seems to take me away from the doings that need done. Most mornings I come out here in the shop and earplugs in, turn Pandora on, turn it up real loud, because I'm always seeming to make a lot of noise. My family understands that you want to get my attention, just turn the radio down. Makes me look up and I usually find somebody staring at me with a thing or two to say. Of course, this thing or two that needs said usually drags me into some whole other thing. Well, you get the idea.
Hey, man, picture. Look at me. I'm happy to.
Bunch of people are gonna see Rainy on YouTube.
Yeah.
Someday you're gonna be famous.
Famous.
Yeah, huh? Everybody likes Rainy.
Yes.
Well, that little black dog would be Rebel. In case you can't tell by looking at him, he's 10 feet tall and bulletproof. That is, of course, until there's a loud noise or a knock at the door. His little attitude does get him into trouble from time to time, usually with Pilot. He's just sure he can take that big young hound dog. Sometimes he gets a little grumpy if he's not in the mood to be handled. It's not a scary thing so much as endearing. The girls took to calling him Chawookie when he does that. Some of you are probably wondering why I'm talking more about dogs than this shelving project right about now. Well, truth be told, I don't pretend to be a cabinet maker. Yeah, I've got most of the tools. I even have a fair idea how to use them. And when I want to get a thing done, I mostly just figure it out as I go along. Oh, I can make a nice thing if I set my mind to it. And this beautiful blue pine sure will help. By the way, in case you didn't know, blue pine is blue pine because the tree died. The blue staining in it is actually the tree beginning to decompose. It's still good wood, but it doesn't grade very well at the lumber mills.
Well, that's it for this video. Hopefully you'll get to see some finished kitchen shelves in the next video.
That is, if I can figure out how to fix my planer.
We'd love it if you come over to sufficientacres.com and visit us. Have a great day. God bless.